Now, as I mentioned, in terms of the matchups, after Doug Peterson and Nate Sudfeld, I mean, the Washington football team finished off the Eagles on Sunday night. The football team itself was fired up and had every right to be. They deserved to be. I mean, they were dead in the water a few weeks back, and now they're division champs. And not only are they in, they're hosting a playoff game. I interrupt that thought because my phone's blowing up. Like there must be something wrong, right? Somebody's looking for me. So I'm looking over at my phone. Somebody's looking for me. Something must be wrong. Oh, it's James Kelly wanting to make sure that I know that he hit 64% accurate. Yeah, I know, Head. I said that. Hey, Head, are you like 3 minutes behind on your stream? You did hear me correct myself, right, Head? I gave you credit, Head. 64. Come on, man. Yeah, I got an idea. What do you say you actually come to work physically here, and that way you can hear the show in real time, and you would have known that I corrected myself in real time? Head? I'm trying to talk about one of the games that I'm going to ask you to pick. Head? All right, so the Washington football team, they came off that field fired up. And they should, because as I mentioned, they were dead in the water a few weeks back. And not only are they in, but they're hosting a playoff game. And not only are they hosting a playoff game, they're hosting the Bucs on Saturday night. You know what that means? Tom Brady is coming to their house. So when rookie stud Chase Young left the field on Sunday, he made it really clear he was fired up for that opportunity. So obviously, the moment that clip surfaced, the bulletin board material alarm went off like a foghorn. Like, oh, hell no. He just went there. The rookie just said Tom Brady's name, and now Brady is going to come out and absolutely light him and them up. Man, how screwed is the Washington football team now? Why the hell would you ever poke that bear? Check that. Why the hell would you ever poke the GOAT? The hell was Chase Young thinking anyway? Way to go, Chase. Way to wreck everything that you and your team have worked so hard for. Nice going, Chaser. Or so went the thinking. So, Young has a chance to sleep on that. He meets with the media yesterday, and everybody wondered whether or not he was going to walk that back. The question was whether or not he regretted what he said. Would he, in fact, walk it back? And the rookie showed up, and he handled it like a 10-year vet. Damn right you tripping. Damn right you tripping. If you've got a problem with Chase Young saying that he wants Tom Brady, man, you got a problem with yourself. And you're tripping. Of course he wants Brady. You are tripping. Why wouldn't he want Brady? What? Should he be chanting for Daniel Jones? Should the guy be asking for Chad Henne? Come on, man. If you're a competitor, you want to go against the best. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Of course it would be easier for him to face a team that somehow had Chad Henne as their quarterback. But the best wants to face the best. Of course Chase wants Tom. You want to face the GOAT in the playoffs, not a slug like Henne or somebody else. Man, I love the fact that Young did not apologize. I love the fact that this guy didn't back down. I love the fact that this guy didn't walk it back. In fact, I would have lost so much respect for him if he had come out after the fact and said, yeah, you know what? I got carried away. I got carried away in the moment. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, Mr. Tom. I'm really sorry about that, Mr. Brady. I'm really sorry about that, Big Tom. I really am. Please accept my apology, Tom. Please take it easy on me, Tom. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean any of that. No, he meant that. Of course he meant that. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's awesome. If you think that Chase Young screwed up by calling out Tom Brady, man, keep moving. I know Tom Brady is a fuel guy. Most of the greats are. Most of the greats take things personally. I've got no issue with that. I mean, the guy is a fuel guy. But if you think that he's going to find a new gear because Chase Young was caught on camera saying his name, to quote Chase Young, you tripping. And why don't we talk about bulletin board material for a minute? This whole notion of bulletin board material, does it even exist? I got a better question. Do bulletin boards even exist? Like physically, is there such a thing as a bulletin board? I mean, what? You really think that Bruce Arians is printing off a transcript of that video, cutting off the excess paper and walking it into the Bucs locker room in Tampa, taking out a thumbtack and posting up the text of it on a bulletin board? Yeah, I'm going to say no chance. I'm going to say that's not happening. I'll tell you what they are probably doing. They're probably going to spend more time focusing on how to game plan against Chase Young than they are anything innocuous this guy happened to say running off the field after a big win. And if you were expecting Tom Brady to take the alleged bait and come firing back at Chase Young, as always, you were begging. Standard operating procedure regarding Brady, never says anything about anything, yet somehow manages to work in an extremely lame joke. Hey, Pops, one piece of advice. Given how your alma mater has gotten its brains beaten in repeatedly during that alleged rivalry, I'd maybe steer clear of that for now. Hey, just know this. If chasing a seventh ring and trying to jam that up the hood's ass wasn't motivation enough for this guy, and he actually just got some additional motivation from a video of a rookie geeked to go up against him in his first ever NFL playoff game, then this dude's not the GOAT that everybody's making him out to be. Washington is not in more trouble because of what Chase Young said. No, they're up against it. They're up against it because they're facing a team with a ton of weapons and a quarterback who might be the GOAT, who's got a ton of playoff experience, who is desperate to win another ring. Chase Young saying Tom Brady's name doesn't change any of that. And by the way, is that how low the bar is now? Is that what qualifies as trash talk and smack talk these days? I mean, is that now what trash talk is? If that's the case, man, we have fallen hard. We have fallen hard. If that's the case, we need to bring back some of the legends, because Chase Young saying, "I want Tom," is nothing compared to Ray Buchanan teeing off on Shannon Sharpe before the Super Bowl back in the day. Remember Ray Buchanan? Remember Ray said, quote, "Shannon can always win because he can talk. But Shannon looks like a horse." I'll tell you, that is an ugly dude. You can't tell me he doesn't look like Mr. Ed. End of quote. That's Ray Buchanan. Now that's trash talk before a big playoff game, or in that case, the Super Bowl. And Ray was only getting started. Ray Buchanan's like, oh, he's got a body now. He's got a body now. But if you've got a grill like that, I'm talking total reconstruction. So you want to talk about bulletin board material. You want to talk about smack talk. Now that's trash talk. That was bulletin board material back when there were actually bulletin boards. Chase Young saying that he wants Tom Brady is just announcing who he's facing next. Not a damn thing to see here. Nothing to see here. Keep moving.